As usual, let us start our Dhamma talk by saying Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today, let us study about bhavana or meditation. Today's Dhamma talk is entitled A Flower and Lofty Nibbana. This discourse was expounded by our Lord Buddha over 2,500 years ago, while he was residing at the Sayadaw monastery of Savatthi in India, with reference to a young bhikkhu who was the disciple of Venerable Sariputta Mahathera. There lived in Savatthi a young handsome man, son of a goldsmith. Out of the reverence for the Sariputta Mahathera, he entered the Sangha order under the preceptorship of the Mahathera Sariputta. The elder Mahathera, after reflecting that the young bhikkhu, being handsome and at the prime of his youth, may well be inclined to craving for sensual pleasures, he decided to give him the Asubha Bhavana. Asubha Bhavana is contemplation on loathsomeness of the body as meditation object to curb sensual craving. Here, it is to be noted that as the meditation subject given by the elder Mahathera did not suit the young bhikkhu's propensities, he cannot progress in his practice even for the whole length of 3 months training retreat in the forest. It has been affirmed in the Buddhist text of Pali Canon that an individual's dormant proclivities cannot be penetrated by anyone but only by the Lord Buddha himself. The elder Thera, realizing this fact, took the young bhikkhu to the Lord Buddha and he related the matter. Thereupon, the Lord Buddha scrutinized the matter and read the thoughts of the young bhikkhu's mind for his inherent idiosyncrasies, and he gave him the suitable meditation object. Buddha created a beautiful golden lotus flower by using his psychic powers and said to the young bhikkhu, "Dear son bhikkhu, take this golden lotus flower to a secluded corner of the monastery, sit cross-legged, and then on strenuous effort, gaze at the flower and contemplate incessantly by verbal labor as Lohitakam, Lohitakam, golden red, golden red." The reason why the Lord Buddha gave this particular meditation object to the young bhikkhu was that in his previous 500 existences prior to this present one, he was born as a goldsmith's son, successively, and the attachment for the golden red color was latent in his heart. Salvage the drifting boat by another boat, as the saying goes. Buddha used the golden red color of the lotus as the object of meditation to attract and fix the young bhikkhu's mind and concentration. Thus, intently contemplating, the young bhikkhu's mind was cleansed of the mental defilements or kilesas, and as his concentration became strong and deep, he attained assessed concentration, and then all the four stages of absorption concentration, or apana samadhi and succession. But what he had attained was just mundane samatha jhana only, and it surely was not the final goal of his meditation. For the attainment of the final goal of Nibbana through path and fruition knowledge, Magga and Phalanjana, one must practice the insight meditation or Vipassana Bhavana, that of contemplating on the three characteristics of all physical phenomena, psychophysical phenomena, impermanence or anicca, unsatisfactoriness or dukkha, and egolessness, anatta, and thereby successfully acquiring the various stages of insight knowledge. Buddhas arise in this world for the benefit of all the living beings. Buddha kept the meditating young bhikkhu under surveillance to assess the progress or otherwise and guide through his contemplation. When the Buddha found out the young bhikkhu's inability to further progress, Buddha, by dint of the psychic power, he willed that the lotus flower be faded and fell petal by petal to the ground. This incident touched the young bhikkhu's heart, causing emotional apprehension that even such a flower, a product of the seasons, had to fade and fell to the ground. What have to become of my body aggregate, compounded by the four conditions of karma, citta, that is mind or consciousness, season and nutriment. With that moral fear, he contemplated intently and incessantly, clearly perceiving the impermanence or anicca, unsatisfactoriness or dukkha, and egolessness or anatta characteristics of all the psychophysical phenomena. When true nature of the impermanence is clearly perceived, the remaining two characteristics of dukkha and anatta are also comprehended. As the young bhikkhu's meditation gathered momentum, our Lord Buddha, by using psychic powers, he radiated the aura of light from Jetavana monastery, and he exhorted the message thus: O dear son bhikkhu, like an autumnal lotus flower is crumbled to destruction by hand, you as a meditator extirpate all the mental defilements by cultivating path knowledge, that is Magga Jnana. Buddha expounded that the cessation of craving is the true bliss of Nibbana. He said, so you should incessantly and perseveringly develop the Noble Eightfold Path. On receiving the Buddha's admonishment, the young bhikkhu, by applying the simile of lotus flower, he ardently contemplated on the aggregates to clearly perceive the impermanent nature of mind and matter. He attained successive stages of insight knowledge and realized the lofty Nibbana Dhamma through the four stages of path and fruition, knowledge. So may all meditators like this young bhikkhu be able to apply the nature of impermanent characteristic of the external object to that of one's aggregate of mind and matter, and contemplate to clearly perceive the impermanent characteristic, thereby realizing the lofty Nibbana, the complete extirpation of craving. Let us go through again this one. This one is still even confused by seasoned meditators with many years experience of meditation. I think because of the usage of the terms, and still meditators are confused about these two. The words mindfulness, concentration, samatha, vipassana, insight, jhana, all these terms seem to be confusing. And then the practical meditation to people become obstructed or stuck in their progress. So it becomes hindrances because of this skeptical doubt. So let us go step by step to comprehend clearly. And our Buddhist practice of meditation, Parivat Bhavana, is translated as mental culture or mental development, or commonly used as the term meditation. So bhavana, we have two types of bhavana in our Buddhist practice. One is samatha bhavana and another is vipassana bhavana. Samatha bhavana can be translated as tranquility meditation or calm meditation or serenity meditation, because its main emphasis in practicing the samatha bhavana is to establish concentration. And vipassana bhavana, whereas it is translated as insight meditation. As you all know, English word insight means personal, intuitive, experiential knowledge you develop by practicing this meditation. So here in vipassana, the main emphasis is to develop wisdom, jnana, and the main emphasis in the practicing samatha bhavana is jhana. So please, from here, have a clear understanding between the two practices. So the first one, samatha bhavana or tranquility meditation, or concentration meditation, or calm meditation, or serenity meditation. It is common to all other religions, or even scientists are now using this meditation, and especially in psychiatry branch of medicine, to hypnotize and to treat some mental cases by this samatha bhavana or concentration meditation. Whereas this vipassana bhavana or insight meditation is unique to our Buddhism only, because a true Buddhist final aspiration is to gain Nibbana. Because our specific teaching by our Lord Buddha is the Four Noble Truths. The Noble Truth of suffering, Noble Truth of the cause of suffering, Noble Truth of the cessation of suffering, and Noble Truth of the path leading to cessation of suffering. So this insight meditation is the fourth one. the noble truth of the path leading to cessation of suffering, otherwise known as Nibbana. So if one aspires to gain Nibbana, one must practice this Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation. The confusion arises from indiscriminate use of the word Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation by all or most of the centers that teach meditation. Though knowingly or unknowingly, though they are teaching Samatha Bhavana or concentration meditation, they all use the word Vipassana Bhavana probably to attract the candidates or the meditators. So from there arise this confusion. So here, that's why we've been stressing, and whenever we have opportunity, explaining again and again between the difference between these two types of meditation. So these are totally different. So please remember the objective is quite different. Practicing samatha meditation is just to establish concentration, deep enough to quiet the mind and calm the mind. And some may even explain the unnatural experiences, what we call magical powers or psychic powers, because some unscrupulous teachers, they give false expectations of gaining these to popularize their teaching. So the confusion arises. So if one's main aspiration is true to all Buddhist Nibbana, deliverance from all suffering, then this Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation must be practiced. So here we have to understand the two different practices. So if one's aspiration is to Nibbana, how to practice to get to Nibbana? You can do three ways. One is we call Samatha Yanika, meaning you practice Samatha Bhavana or this tranquility or calm meditation first to establish concentration. And when you have enough concentration, you change to Vipassana, and that is we call Samatha Yanika. Practicing Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation through establishing concentration by practicing Samatha Bhavana first. So that is one method, Samatha Yanika method. Then the second method is Vipassana Yanika. That is what our tradition teaches, and you all are practicing now. We practice the right to Vipassana Bhavana without going to this Samatha Yanika by establishing strong concentration by practicing Samatha Bhavana. So our tradition teaches the right Vipassana Bhavana. Then the third method is Yuga Nada or Yuga Nanda Bhavana, meaning twin meditation or dual meditation. You can do two meditation at the same time. This Samatha and Vipassana together. So these are three methods. And please don't forget, if you really aspire to gain Nibbana, you must finally practice this Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation, meaning Noble Eightfold Path. Buddha explicitly has stated, even at his deathbed, on his deathbed, when he was about to die, one ascetic Sunanda came to ask Lord Buddha, so many people claim that their technique is correct and their technique is the only way to gain Nibbana, to gain enlightenment as Four Nobles like Surapati Megapala, Sagragami Megapala, Anagami Megapala, Arhata Megapala. He said, what he said is correct or not? And Buddha said, let it be, whether correct or not. You just remember, any practice or any teaching where there is no teaching of this Noble Eightfold Path, there can be no noble persons who gain enlightenment as Surapati Megapala, Sagragami Megapala, Anagami Megapala or Arhata Megapala and realize Nibbana. Very clear, Buddha said. Without practicing of this Noble Eightfold Path or this mindfulness meditation, no one can gain enlightenment and realize Nibbana. Please remember the fact. So whatever method you use, finally you must change to Vipassana Bhavana. You establish concentration by samatha method. If you aspire for Nibbana, it is in the text it is said you must emerge from the jhanic trance or apna samadhi, deep concentration, and you must actively explore the Dharma. That is the second enlightenment factor or Dhamma Vicaya. Without doing this, you cannot get any enlightenment. So the first one, samatha meditation or tranquility meditation. How to practice? Buddha prescribed 40 meditation objects to contemplate. The first one is kasina. Kasina is artificial object. Patavi or earth kasina, Apo or water kasina, Tejo or heat kasina or fire kasina, and Vaya or wind kasina. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vaya. 4. Then full color kasina, blue, yellow, red, white. Full color. Then 2. One is aloka, light kasina, and akasa, space kasina. 10. So 10 kasina objects. If you contemplate, then you can develop up to 4 jhana. Now at today's talk, Buddha gives the young bhikkhu Lohitakam, red, Kala Kasina, red. And to develop concentration, you must fix your mind on a single object. So please remember that the difference between the two practice, because you all are practicing Vipassana Bhavana. And samatha meditation, when you choose one object, you must fix your mind on that object. Like if you are like this fellow, contemplating on Kala Kasina as red, nothing but red. You hear while noting either rising, falling, sitting, touching. If you hear, you note hearing. If pain arises, you note the pain. If thoughts arise, you note the thoughts. But not in samatha meditation. Nothing but this object. If you are noting red, nothing but red. You must ignore any other distractions. What you hear or what you feel or whatever it distracts you, you must resist and keep your mind fixed on this object. So that is how it is practiced. So until you get the fixedness, apna samadhi means fixedness of mind, or one-pointedness. One-pointedness means mind is absorbed in a single object. So please understand that. So the first object you begin with meditation is called Parikama Nimitta. Paliwa Parikama Nimitta means preliminary sign. Like the kala, or if you take Patavi or a disc, you make a soft a disc, like a circular disc, put on a cupboard, and you keep it in the eye level when you are sitting straight. And with an open eye, you watch that kasina or that sign object and note. First, with the open eye, you note it. Then after some time, when the mind is quiet without any distraction, then if you close your eyes, the conceptual image remains in your eye, in your vision. And that is Ogaha Nimitta, conceptual sign. The first one is preliminary sign, then conceptual sign arises. Then in that case, then you no longer need to see this. You go and sit in a secluded place, and usually Buddha give as Aranyagatowa, Rokamulagatowa, Saunyagaragatova. You go into a forest far away from human busyness, and then sit under a tree or in a mountain cave. Keep your body straight, and you contemplate on that conceptual sign as Patavi, or if it is a color, red, nothing but red, nothing but Patavi. That any object you choose, you must keep your mind on that. If this conceptual disappears, then you go again to the original preliminary sign. With the open eyes, then you contemplate again, like that you have to do. But if not disappear, and if you can still keep on conceptual image, then this becomes more clear and vivid, like a moon, full moon, free from clouds. And that is we call Patibhaga Nimitta, the brighter image. Exactly the original or preliminary sign, the conceptual images, clean sign will arise. At that time, all the nivaranas are suppressed and 5 jhanic fighters develop. And that is what Buddhist term they use, assess concentration. Or in Pali we call Upajara Samadhi. Upajara Samadhi is translated as assess or neighborhood concentration. Neighborhood means just immediate neighbor, means after that house, then the next house is the one in question. So that's why we call neighbors. So when you get to assess concentration, the next stage is Apana Samadhi. That's why this type of concentration is called Upajara Samadhi. Upajara Pali, Upajara Samadhi means assess. Assess, but you will like this terrace, when you have come up to the top stair, then you will be, next step will be in the building. So that is how you develop assess concentration. So by practicing this way, when you suppress the nivaranas, 5 nivaranas or hindrances that we have many times explained to you, Kamachanda nivarana, Pyabhada nivarana, Tinameta nivarana, Odeja Kokoja nivarana, and Vichikeja nivarana. When these 5 nivaranas or hindrances or obstacles or impediments They have many translations, same thing. Suppressed, that is called Upachara Samadhi. And when this mature, the next stage is Apana Samadhi, and you go into first jhana. First jhana, you have 5 jhana fighters. Five jhana fighters are 1, Vitaka. Vitaka is initial application of the mind on the object. Vichara, sustained application of the mind on the object. Vitaka, vichara, piti. Piti is rapture. Sukha is happiness. Then ekagata. Ekagata means one-pointedness of mind. So these are 5 jhana fighters and the first jhana. So since developing concentration here is the main object, these mental activities are not conducive to develop concentration. So these fighters are eliminated one by one. First is Vitaka and Vichara. The 2 are eliminated when one reaches second jhana. In second jhana only 3 jhana fighters are left, piti, sukha and ekagata. So this piti or rapture too is emotional state. It is translated in English as delightful interest in the object. The delight means mind is active. So it is not conducive to develop calmness of the concentration. So it too is eliminated in the third jhana. So it is only left sukha and ekagata. So this sukha or happiness too is a kind of mental activity, though not as strong as piti or rapture. So it is not conducive to develop perfect tranquility. So in the 4th jhana, this sukha or happiness is replaced by upekha or equanimity. In 4th jhana, only equanimity and ekagata is left. So that's how one develops the various stages of jhana and samatha meditation. So by using these 10 kasina objects, one can develop up to 4th jhana. So these 4 jhanas are called rupa jhanas. And the next group of 10 in samatha meditation object is asubha bhavana, dead body contemplation, or loathsomeness of the body. Dead body means not 10 dead bodies, 10 stages of decomposition of a dead body contemplation. That will give one lead to up to first jhana only. So kasina 10, asubha 10, 20. And the third group of 10 in this samatha bhavana is anusati bhavana. Anapanasati, in-breath and out-breath. It can lead up to 4th jhana. Then kayagatasati, which is contemplation on 32 parts of the body. It will lead one to first jhana. The remaining 8 are Buddha-nusati, contemplation on Buddha's attribute of our Lord Buddha. 9 Kadaina attributes, itipiso bhagwa, you can reflect that. That is Buddha-nusati. Then Dhamma-nusati, 6 attributes of Dhamma. Then Sangha-nusati, 9 attributes of the Sangha. The next is Jaga-nusati. Jaga means generosity. Your activities of generosity, if you can reflect on that, that is Jaga-nusati. Then the 5th one is Sila-nusati. Purity of virtue, observation, you are observing moral virtue. And if you reflect and examine yourself, if you are Moreover, is pure, you can develop piti, sukha, and contemplating on that, you can do that. Next is Devadanosati, meaning the reflection on the celestial gods. Devadanosati. The Upasana Svanosati is reflection on Nibbana. Upasana means Nibbana. That is a conceptual, just thinking concept. Oh, Nibbana is happy, free from suffering, like that. So, Upasana Nosati, and the last one is Marana Nosati. So, Anosati Bhavana 10. Anapanasati, Kayagata Sati, and just plus this 8 is 10 Anosati. So, together 30. 10 Kasina, 10 Asubha, 10 Anosati Bhavana. 30 subjects. Out of these 10 Anosati, I have just now said, Anapanasati can lead one to up to 4th jhana, Kayagata up to 1st jhana, and the rest 8 Anosati Bhavana only access concentration or Upachara Samadhi. So the rest, only 10 left. Out of the 10, 4 Arupa jhana. After gaining 4 Rupa jhana, if one continue practicing Arupa jhana, one can develop 4 Arupa jhana, Arupa. Then 4 Brahma Vihara. Brahma Vihara, as you all know, Metta or loving kindness, Karuna or compassion, Mudita or altruistic joy, and Upekha or equanimity. All of these 4, the first 3, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, can lead one to 3rd jhana, and Upekha can lead one to 4th jhana. There's 4th group of 10. 2 left is, the 8th is, the 9th is Chatudhatu Vavatthana, contemplation on 4 elements, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, earth, water, fire, and wind element, Chatudhatu Vavatthana. 9. Then the 10 is Ahare Patikula Sanya, the loathsomeness of nutritious food. So that completes the 10 in this group. So together total 40. And in this last group, this last 2, Chatudhatu Vavatthana and Ahare Patikula Sanya, will give one only up to Upachara Samadhi. No jhana, just Upachara Samadhi only. So these are the objects of meditation and Samatha Bhavana and the corresponding achievements you can make. So if one is contented with these developments, then one may continue. But mind you, these attainments are only just mundane attainments, and a person, not just even a noble person of the lowest enlightenment, Sotapan, just ordinary Puthojana, ordinary attainment. These are, if you practice alone this Samatha Bhavana. So if one aspires Nibbana, as just now explained, so one has to emerge or come out of this concentration and practice Vipassana Bhavana, meaning mindfulness meditation on psychophysical complex or 5 aggregates, whether you call it Nama Rupa or 5 aggregates. Because to develop Four Noble, to realize Four Noble Truth, we must develop these 7 enlightenment factors of Bhujanga. The first one, by establishing mindfulness, Sati Sambhujanga. Then you try to investigate the Dhamma, Dhamma Vijaya Sambhujanga. Investigate Dhamma means you must able to observe these, what is Rupa, what is Nama, and what are their characteristics. I have many times explained to you the characteristics to look for when you are observing the Rupa or material phenomena, the four great elements of earth element, water element, fire element, and wind element. They have their own characteristics like hardness or softness, lightness or heaviness. Is the characteristic of earth element or solidity. Then water element is fluidity or cohesive characteristic. Then heat element, heat and cool or warm. Then wind element is element of motion, like that. And the next is, these are we call Sabhava Lakkhana. Natural characteristics of each object or element you are observing. This is a natural characteristics of our Lakkhana to observe. The next is Sankhata Lakkhana. Any phenomena has three phases, a beginning, static phase, and dissolution. So that is anicca nupassana. The concept of impermanence. Being impermanent, unsatisfactory, and egoless. So these characteristics arise. These three characteristics, the second characteristic of change is Sankhata Lakkhana. Then the awareness of three universal characteristics or common characteristics of anicca, dukkha, anatta is Samanya Lakkhana, universal or common characteristics. So in vipassana meditation, you must be fully aware or repeatedly aware of these characteristics of your object.